Aloha! We're here in Honolulu, Hawaii for the Plant Biology 17th Annual Conference. I'm your host, Rishi Masalia, and we're Between the Palms. Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Palms. I am Rishi Masalia and we are in Honolulu, Hawaii for the ASPB Plant Biology 2017 Conference. Today I'm joined by Tom, Anya, and Andrew. We're going to talk about the Plant Biology 2018 meeting. So y'all, can you please describe what the Plant Biology 2018 meeting will be about?
The Plant Biology meeting is going to be another version of what's really been a 50, maybe even 100-year almost series of meetings about plant molecular biosciences. And we really pride ourselves on the diversity of plant molecular biosciences that we cover in this meeting. I'd say that's the main attraction of the meeting, is that we do cover such a diverse range of scientific areas.
So, in your guys' opinions, since this is a three-society meeting, the Plant Biology 2018 meeting, how do you guys balance the needs of your individual societies with the needs of the larger plant biology communities?
I guess it's easier to start from my point of view because the Canadian Society of Plant Biologists, or La Société Canadienne des Biologistes Végétales, is in its mandate actually identical to the American Society. And so the topics that are covered are pretty similar. We might have a little bit more tree biology. But other than that, we're just joining our efforts in that respect. I presume this is a little bit more complicated for you.
It's a little more complicated. Whereas CSPB and ASPB have met together several times, the International Society of Photosynthesis Research just recently identified a need to have meetings in between their major congresses. And so we thought of ASPB. I know that there's an attempt to re-inject more photosynthesis research into ASPB. And so when we talked, we found that ASPB was really receptive, and we've been planning for a number of months, and I think that we've got a plan that will be very effective and serve the needs of people who have an interest in ASPB and or the International Society of Photosynthesis Research.
So I'll add, I guess, that ASPB has always been interested in covering all branches of plant molecular biosciences. Mm-hmm. And so it really has worked for a long time that the Canadian Society, the American Societies get together once every, I think it's been 4 or 5 years. But the photosynthesis had drifted away, and we're quite happy to have photosynthesis back. Last time I checked, it's a core aspect of plant biology.
That's what I teach in all of my classes, so I would assume so. So as a follow-up to this diversity talk, so there are many fields in plant biology, right? Personally, I study abiotic stress in sunflowers, and so but when you go to these meetings, there's so many different things. There's metabolomics, abiotic stress, physiology. There's so many different areas. How do you guys cram so many diverse topics into just a short couple of days? How do you go through the list of fields and topics?
Well, there's two answers to that. One is that we have major symposia, concurrent symposia, and that those are two different things. The plenary sessions, we really bring in some of the biggest names in plant biology, and that's very successful. The way we cram so many topics, as you say, is we have 5 or so concurrent sessions running in most of the afternoons. And so that allows us to really get a few hundred talks up onto the speaking platform. And that we've made an effort to get both professors, fairly well-known professors, to anchor those sessions, and then also have graduate students and postdocs represented in those talks. The idea being to really have high quality in all those concurrent sessions as well. Yeah.
Right. Is the same true for the Canadians?
I think what's really important to emphasize also, through the different nature of the major symposia, each meeting, ASPB meeting or joint meetings, we get a different flavor at every iteration of plant biology, and that is exciting too. And so we have different emphasis, we get different groups that emphasize, but all the interests are represented in the other talks, and certainly in the poster sessions. We cannot underestimate the importance of poster sessions, because that's when everybody gets to actually give their intimate presentations to a small group of people, and really everybody gets to present their research.
So then a question I think I've always had is, as a student, I give a lot of posters more than talks at meetings. So do you guys take the information you see at poster sessions, you know, like the large topics that you find at poster sessions, and use that to inform your decisions for future meetings about what major symposia will be?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And the community has the opportunity to actually propose topics for
That's
major
true,
symposia. So for the subsequent years, so we absolutely love hearing from the community what they think would be topical themes.
That's perfect. So if you guys have questions or want to suggest ideas, please let the societies know.
We're very interested, and I'll add about the poster sessions. I think many of the newer poster presenters, the younger scientists, don't understand just how much people really do care about those posters and pay attention to the poster sessions.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you stand at your poster and only 6 people come by, but those may be 6 of the most important people you've ever met. So.
Absolutely. So I know Plant Biology 18 is taking place in Montreal, Canada. Andre, can you give us a little bit more about Montreal and why Montreal is a perfect city for PB18?
Well, Montreal is the bilingual city in North America, of course, and so by virtue of its French nature and French flair, it's just different from any other cities and very special. Montreal's summer is just gorgeous, many festivals going on. This year, in 2017, Montreal is actually celebrating its 375th anniversary.
Wow.
And so the city has invested a lot into the infrastructure. It has, for example, for those who were in Montreal in 2010 for a joint meeting between ASPP and CSPP, they will note differences. For example, there is a huge walkway promenade that has been built all the way from the old port, which I'm sure you visited when you were there in 2010, all the way up to Montreal. So make sure you stop by there, and that walkway actually traverses McGill University, so it's a great way to actually get to know the city.
Very nice, very nice. So as a final question, what makes PB18 so different or so unique than other previous conferences?
Well, I think ASPB meetings in general are different than many other conferences because of the breadth of science that we cover, the opportunity to meet so many different people. And so that's really always a highlight of ASPB meetings. But this time, without question, having the Canadian Society and the photosynthesis topics both in the meeting, that's something I think we're quite excited about.
The International Society of Photosynthesis Research sees this as an experiment, and we hope that maybe we'll do the same thing every 4th year or so. We would want to partner again.
Very nice.
But something else I'd like to mention specifically about next year, we will have major symposia on translational research, some very exciting talks about, for instance, BT, plant resistance to insects, plant flooding tolerance, plant seed shatter, and I think a lot of our people in society become industrial scientists, and it's the kind of session I think trains people to prepare for translating their basic research.
Right.
We'll also have some very basic sessions, for example, on the evolution of plant genomes. Really big picture, basic questions about endosymbiosis and horizontal gene transfer,
Very nice.
allopolyploidization, and then we'll have the photosynthesis session. Anya's putting together, I think, a very nice, really cell biology focused.
We have 2 symposia, one on cell biology, the other on new technologies. It's quite
Exactly.
great. Yeah.
The new technology, I think it deserves special emphasis because often new technologies are what drive success, of new cutting edge science. And Anya's got a really nice new technology symposium they're putting together. So
Wonderful. So it sounds like Plant Biology 18 is going to cover a wide breadth of these different diverse fields that we find in plant biology.
yeah.
All right, well, thank you all so much for being here with us today, and we look forward to seeing all of you at Plant Biology 18 in Montreal, Canada.
Bienvenue à Montréal. And I cannot end without pitching not only a city with 4 universities, but also with one of the most important botanical gardens in the world. So while you're there, you might want to visit that.
Classes.